Hello, what's up, my spooky buddies? I'm new and it is spooky cozy story times. So, as this is my first video that I will share with you guys, this story is gonna be creepy and I will leave it to your imagination to think whether this happened or not. So, this happened with my grandmother actually. I grew up in a household where my grandmother, my grandfather, even my parents used to tell me a lot of stories. Actually, not used to, they still tell me stories. So, this happened with my grandmother once she visited Murshidabad. If you guys don't know what that is, I am from India, and Murshidabad is a place in West Bengal, a state in India, where there are some historical structures that are bound down by time's ancient past. History revels in their wind and knock the door because stories, they don't talk, they want to be heard. So she was a young lady at that time and she was married. My mother wasn't born to her at that time. She was like 22 years or 21 years old at that time. So she went to Murshidabad to visit this palace named Hajardwari. Now Hajardwari is called Hajardwari because it has thousand doors. Thousand doors. Not all the doors are quite what they seem because 999 doors are actually the false door. There is only one door from which you can enter and exit. This was made as a war strategy. So she visited there with her husband and with her in-laws. My grandmother was always a kind of lady who used to see supernatural. Call it that she was those kind of blessed child, or call it that maybe her zodiac sign was like that, because in India we do believe that zodiac signs affect how you can view the unseen, the spirits of what lurks in the dark. So she went in and she was enjoying the view with her husband and her in-laws. Now, as she was just a young lady, just like I am right now, she was curious to know what kind of history lurks here because she was, and I didn't tell you that, but she was actually a history major and she loved history. So she tried to went ahead from the crowd, went ahead from my grandfather in order to see something else, in order to feel those wind, in order to feel the emptiness or whatever there is, because sometimes you just want to be alone in those places and want to see what the hell is going on or where it is taking you. She went in and she was actually feeling a cryptic, a spine chilling feeling. Even though it was the mid of summer, she said that she felt that there was a cold wave always present whenever or wherever she goes, or she could also feel that there were a pair of eyes, sometimes one, sometimes 10, or sometimes more, watching her. But she just kept it, she just kept walking. She thought that this is just superstition because she knew that this kind of places are dark and heavy with energies and unwritten stories. So she went, and then there was an exit to exit into a room. There, that room actually has like this. This is the room, and there is this exit. And she went in, and there was a mirror there. There were actually so many mirrors, and you could see your reflection. There was this kind of mirror mahal or mirror palace, you can say about it. Okay. And when she was just viewing her shape, just admiring the images, just admiring how what type of shadows fell in, what type of things that happened, she thought that she noticed something or someone passed by. She just turned back to see that who was there. There was no one. She thought that maybe she was being cryptic because old things does that to you. But then she just felt it again, a cold shiver gust of wind rising through her spine. Somebody pushed her. But no, there was nobody because my grandfather and her in-laws were actually viewing other rooms. They were in the painting room area, where there were so many portraits of the emperors, empress, and their sons and their cousins and whatever there is. And that room was actually separate. These two rooms were actually kind of opposite to each other, so it was not possible for them to come so fast. But she turned back. This time she saw something, or did she imagine it? She saw a woman wearing the traditional Muslim clothes, the burqa that we call it, and it wasn't the kind of normal clothes that you wear, a normal woman that you see in the road, because the clothes were kind of giving a old, a sad, or maybe an angry feeling, and like something that is very ancient, that is very ancient to that place. And she froze mid-step, and she couldn't just move. She felt like the world's closing on her, and she felt like the shadow just coming towards her to grab her. That's when she thought that maybe this was the end, or she was at least gonna lose her consciousness. That's when my grandfather came with her in-laws, and they just rocked her into side. And my grandfather asked her, "What is it? Why are you standing here frozen? We were actually trying to find you for a long time." She didn't say what happened. She just kept pleading that that they need to leave this place right now. My grandfather didn't know what was wrong with her and why she was behaving like that. But he acknowledged it, and he said, "Okay, let's get out." Even when they were getting out, my grandfather noticed that she wasn't usual. Like she was walking very fast, wasn't responding, or like her mind was somewhere else. Like she was physically present with them, but not physically present with them, not psychically present with them. My grandfather took her home because our home and Murshidabad are at a distance of 3 hours. So they reached late at night, and the in-laws actually went to Kolkata, so they both were alone. In the night, my grandmother came with a high fever, and the fever wasn't breaking out. She was sleep talking, like something was like grabbing her. She was saying that continuously, that woman is coming and coming. Where she doesn't know, she was sleep talking. The fever went for 2 days, went on. And when my grandfather was not a believer of ghosts, by the way, let me tell you, he was a very rational man. And it doesn't have to be rational. You don't have to be rational and don't believe it. You can believe it, you cannot believe it. It's up to you. What happened then? The our neighbors, the old ladies in our neighborhood, they told my grandfather that you should go and actually bring in a hakim, because my grandmother is saying that the woman in burqa. So this is not. So this is belongs to Muslim religion. Okay, no hatred here, but so you need to bring in a hakim. So my grandfather went. My grandfather went, and like he brought him in, and that hakim or P Baba or whatever they call him. So he came in, and he just knew that something was wrong with her, that somebody was in her, like somebody was clutching my grandmother's dream, and somebody has come with her. That only she can feel. So there was like some religious ceremony where they cleansed her, they gave her a tonic to feed, to get out of the fever. And yeah, the fever actually broke after 2 days. And when she came to consciousness, she said that she watched a woman who she didn't know. That woman just come, and then she just went. She doesn't know where she came from, where she went. She was there, and just like she couldn't wake up. Like my grandmother couldn't wake up because this woman was there. And from that on, she was given a type of like a protection locket or something that you call, and she wore it. But till this day, she says that she doesn't know that whether this was exceptionally scary thing that happened, and it was just regular fever that happened because of overworking, or just fevers that come, or whereas there's something else. So I don't know, because everything is possible and everything is impossible, and there is nothing and there is everything. So I will leave this to you guys and think that what you say about it. Thank you and have a great day.